Hi, my name is Diana Chalo and this is my COVID story.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's your boy, your pastor, your rapper, Kingdom Child, and this is my COVID story.
Hi guys, I am Paulette Wairimo and this is my COVID story.
My name is Judah Domino and this is my COVID story.
Hello, my name is Rosalind Keegan. I'm the founder of Intentional Parenting. I'm also a marriage and family therapist, a coach, and a mediator. And this is my COVID story. New year, new decade, new things. Where were you? What were your plans for the year? Wow, 2020 was a big year for me. I remember very well hitting January, immediately the schools opened. I went around schools and talking to principals. My goals was to talk to parents and teenagers. Apart from now working on my private practice as a therapist, my goal was also going to school and talking to parents and teachers and teenagers in high schools. So I'd gone to more schools. I'd gone to Nairobi Academy, and they'd given me a go-ahead to counsel their students. I'd gone to St. Austin's, I'd gone to Rusinga, I'd gone to Riara, and they'd given a go-ahead.
I wanted to graduate and start my master's. That was those were my two main goals of the year. Yeah, so basically when the year began, that was just all my eyes were set on, graduating and starting my master's.
I just come back from Malawi. I went for Christmas break, came back in February, and I was meant to be here for 6 months and then go back home. When I got here, I was relocated to another campus and I was trying to adjust to the new campus. I was pretty excited about it because it was a new space for me. And in that moment when I was trying to adjust, you know, I had also just come back to my girlfriend, my Kenyan girlfriend. So it was I was adjusting in two spaces, you know.
My first plan was to finish school, so I needed to finish school and just have like this, you know, when you think that now you will get that one, it's a bill, the one that is paying $1 billion kind of job. Yes, after you finish school and everything, so that was my plan.
My plan for this year was just to celebrate my birthday like in a grand style, which I did, kidogo, but then I went out on the Sunday of my birthday, and then on Monday was the lockdown. In fact, on that same Sunday was the lockdown. So then that was quite something for me. I thank God I got the chance to go out and just share a meal with family and friends.
And also Uhuru announces, guys, Kenya is going to lockdown. What went through your mind when you heard that? Even before Uhuru had announced, already the outside world, the Western world were already on lockdown. And at that point, I had my daughter out of the country. I think anxiety started at that time. So when Uhuru announced that even Kenya is on lockdown, I was literally, I think I was the most, you don't believe it, but in my whole family, I was the most anxious because now I canceled therapy, schools canceled all their gigs, we couldn't go anywhere, we were scared, and the thing is, my husband is a medic, so it was even harder for family knowing that he has gone out to see his clients, his patients, and he's coming back, and we were not sure because he had to wash, sanitize. There's so much anxiety and uncertainty that happened within the family. And my daughter abroad also, we kept on calling and talking and having just to affirm her, to confirm that everything will be all right. But I think there's a lot of anxiety and the anticipation of, we didn't know what was going to happen, you know, yeah.
So when COVID came about, we were doing our exams and we were just approaching the last week of exams. And I remember I had 3 papers and it was my birthday on 15th March. And we were celebrating and my best friend calls me because she wanted to surprise me. She had flown back from Germany. She wanted to surprise me and she's like, oh, I can't come because, you know, quarantine. And I'm like, what do you mean quarantine? So this whole thing started. So we thought, because primary school kids and high school kids were told to come home, we thought, university kids will be given time. The only thing that was in my heart was, I don't care what's happening. If you want to lock down the whole world, it's fine. Just give me a week to finish school. All I needed was a week because I had 3 papers remaining. So Monday we went to school. I did my 1 exam. And then coming back home, we were given an email and we were told we are closing the university down. And so my dream of finishing school early ended there. Yeah.
That one was crazy because I remember there was a grace period of the planes. The people want to go back home. You know, they can book a flight and chuck. And my people started calling me. They were like, "Yo, you need to come back home. Like, we'll get a ticket for you. You know, you can't stay there. You don't have family. You'd rather come here and we suffer together. You know." And I remember God telling me, "Yo, take it easy. You know, like I brought you here for a reason. You're here for a reason. And there's a specific thing that I want you to achieve here." And you know how it's crazy when you're telling people, God spoke to me and he told me to be here. And it's a crazy situation. People are like, "What do you mean? We know you're a pastor, we know you're a man of faith, but you don't have to lie to us. You know, this is a crazy situation. Just come back home." But I stood my ground. I was like, "You know what? I'm not going anywhere, you know?"
I think it took me a while for it to actually hit me. Okay, so there are things I won't be able to do this year, or things that will pass. Because I was supposed to go back to school in April. So that's it. But now it took me till April for me to realize, by the way, I'm not going back. So when he came, he said, "Oh, we've closed down and everything." No, I was okay. I was home, I was chilling, I was sleeping, I was eating, I was just enjoying the life of chilling.
I was like, how are we going to live? Because like, I'm known for not staying at home every Sunday. I come home late from church, and I'm known for going out like weekly, just going out there, visiting guys and just spending time with people. So now for me, I'm like, how am I going to operate? Because I get my energy from guys. So how am I going to operate? Because I can't be in my room throughout the whole week or until this ends. Man, it was crazy.
How did you deal with that? How did you deal with being at home and being in lockdown? Sorry. The interesting thing is when you open the news and WhatsApp, there's a lot of panic. There's not panic buying. Yeah? And then now everyone wanted to get a piece of a mask. They were hard to come by. So you couldn't go out without a mask. And then when you go to the mask you get, you supermarket, you want to buy the essentials. Just to make sure that in case there's a lockdown and supermarkets are locked down, your family has some supplies for at least a month or so. So that was my thought. And then now, our other thought as a family was, how do we bring our daughter back to Kenya? She's in a foreign country, she's finished her master's, she needs to come back home. So how do we bring, and internationally everything is locked down. That added a lot to my personal anxiety. So what I did, interestingly, is a lot of prayer, and God took me to the book of Psalms. And in the book of Psalms, and you're laughing, it is true, the book of Psalms is the way David actually cried to God, really cried to God to understand his predicament. And that is where I was. And that book consoled me in that in all this predicament, that everything will be okay. So once I went through that book, from chapter 1 to 151, I think it's 150 or 151, I relaxed. And I asked myself, what is this that I have in my hand? I happen to be very shy of social media. But looking around, I could see that was the only weapon that I could use to reach down to my goal, to reach down to the parents, to the teenagers, and to the young adult. So the 20 girls I had for mentorship, I started Zoom mentorship for them.
The first 1 month was quite tricky for me, but I had nothing to do because my main goals were school, but now I had no school. So the first 2 months was it was sleep, eating, and I used to sleep at like 7 a.m. and wake up at like noon or 1, and then just spend the rest of the day maybe working out or something, then sleep again at 7 a.m. So my sleep pattern changed. But then later on, I had to pick myself up, and I found a way to do things. So I started a company for deco out of curiosity and stuff. So now I have a company that's running thanks to COVID. So somehow COVID was not such a bad thing for me, because it gave me time to let go of stress, to find myself, and to even start a company. I never thought I had the entrepreneurship skill in me.
Well, the significant changes were in my workplace. And also adjusting to just like the standards of living. So I'll start with the workplace. The workplace, we had to take the services on a digital platform. It was online. It's a space where everybody was trying to figure out how this thing goes, how this thing works. And I remember being picked to be the leader, to lead that transition. And I was like, yo, wait a minute, I'm a foreigner, I'm young, and this is a new space and you're telling me to lead. But I took up the challenge. I was like, you know what? God has affirmed me that I'm here for a reason and He's going to be with me. So I took up the challenge and I started leading. And I learned how to lead during a crisis. That's what I picked up from that.
The one thing that made me enjoy the lockdown season was the fact that I got to realize things about myself that I really didn't know. Like, because I thought I was, not that I'm not a people's person, but I thought I was that kind of a person. But then I got time to spend with myself and I loved it. Yeah. I loved it. I loved every single time I spent with myself, and now with God and just the people, the family that is immediate to me. Yeah. So my mom, just having that time to just spend with each other, get to do fun things like cooking together, it really built us up. Like our relationship was, it was just built up. Like those are the things I'm so grateful for. Yeah, so I think I enjoyed the lockdown season. Even if a lot of people were not enjoying it, I really liked it. For me, I liked it.
Whew. So the new me got a chance to write a book. So if you're watching this, this is my book. You know, I got a chance to write this. It was really crazy though, but it was more like a therapy session for me to be able to see why do I act the way I do, and what are the things which have really affected me growing up and even now that I'm grown. So I got a chance to write a book. I got a chance to study the book of Proverbs for months with a group of friends. I got a chance to connect with a whole lot of people, even to be part of intentional parenting and even having to do this. It really gave me a chance to really think outside the box. I got a phone just to record stuff, which I call the iPhone productions. It's been crazy. Like it's really got me to come out of my comfort zone. I realized who sets the standard? I set the standard myself. Like I don't have to listen to somebody for them to tell me I'm good or not good enough. Like currently I'm my own boss. So that's it. It got me to really change the way I think. Yeah.
Being social media shy, but I had no option but to adapt and start. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about social media. I've learned a lot. So we started the Zoom sessions for teenagers. We started with amazing young people. We started the Present But Clueless. It was so amazing that I didn't want to do a program where only experts are talking. I wanted to do a program where people are hearing the point of view of the young people. And I met amazing people on Present and Clueless that we are now walking this journey together and we become a family. I also started Zoom sessions in therapy, on therapy sessions online. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing.
So I didn't feel the lockdown a lot because I wasn't someone to go out and stuff. So my life during COVID was kind of a heightened life that I had before COVID, and is currently just the life I'm having now. So like even going on, like the restrictions haven't affected me at all. So my company is running okay. I'm interning, I finished school, I'm waiting to graduate, and I'll still continue. So everything else has just, you know, found itself adding up one way or another. Yeah.
When it comes to now my, you know, standard of living. Now you know how people are panicking, you know, like, you know, you have to save up money, and like, I'm not even making the money to save. So what am I saving? It was like, yo, this is going to be crazy. But I just had to, you know, my priorities to set them straight. Say, okay, I'm going to start budgeting everything so that this thing doesn't hit me by surprise. Yeah, so those are the two areas that I adjusted.
I think now is I've not really adjusted to going back out. Because I still get to a point where I just need to go back home now. I feel like now I'm tired, I'm done with the day, let me just go back home. And the meetings, oh my God, those meetings, those Zoom meetings, they are tiring, they are exhausting. And I thought now, because COVID is now, at least they're saying it's less, we're gonna have less Zoom meetings. Nope, now they're even more, so it's more tiring. And I think I still like spending time by myself, still at home. Like, that is one thing that I have stuck to. Like, I'm loving being at home. So with time I'll adjust to being outside, but I'm not really enjoying being outside as much. Though I miss doing some things, like going out with my friends once in a while, but not every single time now. Because then I used to go like after every week you're out with someone, and now no. I've even managed to save money, which was really good. Yes.
So, their words, my actions, is just stories and poetry, because I'm a guy of poems. I don't write. I don't really know how to express myself apart from being poetic. I don't talk much, which I say that, and guys are like, no, you do talk much. But I don't talk much. So these are just short stories of things people don't even know about me. Like, I had some phase in growing up. I wanted to commit suicide and stuff. So these are things in poetry, and then I write the stories, and then I put them also in poetry. So these are about 25 stories. And I say what, if fear stops us every time, we will never become the butterflies that live with the stars in our skies. And this is my COVID story.
The COVID story.
COVID story.
COVID story. COVID story. Thank you for tuning in.